Hey, hello everyone. First of all, can you hear me? Let's start with the basics. Um, I'm hoping that everyone can hear me. I'll just wait for like a confirmation in chat, but it should be fine.
Uh, all I'm seeing in your because I have it open is
Yeah.
just 3 minutes and 47 seconds on your timer.
Oh,
No. Did it update?
Weird.
It probably
Oh,
froze for you.
it did.
Hi
Right.
everyone.
Right.
Uh, we're live, and I'm Simon at Wondering DM. This is the premiere, the very strange start to our our brand new long form campaign here on the channel. I use him pronouns. I DM for this game, which is The Witch. If you've ever been on the channel before, you will know that I played Witch twice here on top of all of our charity games. But I wanted to get a people I have never played Witcher with, except for like a one shot one time. So here are my players. I'll let them introduce themselves, and then I'll set the scene, kind of talk about the world a little bit, so y'all know, because we didn't have a video. And then we're gonna plunge into the chaos that will be this campaign. So let's start with the person directly to my right, left. I'm mirrored. Anyway, the person right next to me on the overlay. Yutsai, hi. Who are you and who are you playing?
hi, Mutesai. I like to play games on the internet sometimes, and great to be playing with Simon again. Also, Han, and two new people I haven't played games with, but I do recognize in some capacity, which is exciting. What were the other questions? I'm nervous.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing Joanna Wicker, whose name stems from a very long line of Wickers in the history of this civilization. So I'm sure can't wait to explore the rich depth and flavors of this character and where they come to. They are a craftsman, a bit a woman of the kind of more of the wares of metal, steel, and leathers. But yeah, excited to see what comes of this game.
Awesome. Max, let me know if it is still somewhat quiet. I can always increase it like this if it's not loud enough. Up next, we're going to keep going clockwise around the overlay, and we'll move on to a new player on this channel. Ari, hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ari _Ventures, and I will be playing. Wait, are we saying who we're playing with? I'm also nervous, and I forgot all the things.
You can introduce your character a bit, yeah, like Yutsai did with Joanna.
Perfect. I'm playing Wreath, and I'm excited to play with all of these folks here. Wreath is an elf who has lived for a time and really enjoys people and shiny things.
Indeed. Moving on to the next person without saying too much, another newcomer on the channel, Nordin. Hi.
Hi. My pronouns are he, him, and so is my characters. And what were we? Fun facts: I've never been lost in the woods or broken a bone. Right, characters. Yes, I'm playing Gulshan the Seed. Also, a person who is also he, him, and I'm so nervous. I think we're all nervous. This is bad and good at the same time. He's a mage. He is the mage of this group. A very different kind of mage from a very different place. I think that's enough, right?
Yeah. You almost said from a different time, but you know.
Shoot! That was season's 2 reveal.
I think, yeah, of all of you, we're playing with a group of people that are, for the most part, very long-lived. Last player, last but not least, a returning Visage on the channel. Hi, Hana. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I use she, her pronouns. And for this game, I'm playing Asa of Maribor, who uses he, him pronouns. Asa is hearing, but selectively mute. I am hard of hearing. I only know a very small amount of sign language, but I'm going to try to do a little bit of it for the character. I am still learning, so please have patience with me.
You just reminded me that I forgot to turn on captions and all that, so it's going to be crappy captions
Well,
for
that's
today.
I mean, as long as there are captions, that's a good thing. Oh my god. I'm losing my hood.
So, where are we? When are we? We're on the continent. Specifically, we're in the north, or what used to be called the north. We are playing in 1272. This is after the events of Witcher 3. The Third Northern War ended in a stalemate. King Radovid V, now Emperor Radovid I, has united most of the north under his banner. He has, of course, promised that once things would settle down, post-war, once we would be sure that Nilfgaard will not come back to strike a fourth time, that he would return autonomy to each one of the kingdoms that he acquired either during the Third Northern War or in the direct aftermath. So for all intents and purposes, aside from the fact that Radovid is Emperor and a few other things, the world went back to a state that it was roughly 15 years ago. People don't, especially northern folks, Northlanders, don't consider themselves all Redanians. They still think of themselves as Aedirnians, Kidweni, Temerian. Some within those population in those previous kingdoms might see themselves as a Redanian first now, and they might have adopted the the colors of Redania, the red and the white. Nationalist sentiment is frowned upon, but to some extent in certain places is tolerated. You're not going to go to jail because you've called yourself an Aedirnian. You might go to jail, or worse, if you decide to insult our now emperor. Most of the monarchs that had survived the Third Northern War are now still ruling the same territory that they had before, but as vassals to the emperor. Why am I explaining all of this? This is because since this is a world state that is a little bit different than what we might be used to in The Witcher, I will ask everyone to excuse me and the players if we ever, call someone a Kedweni, or, call Radovid king, unless we're doing it on purpose in character. But, there is a in-universe explanation as to why these changes are also new for pretty much everyone. And so, little bit of leeway. Now, though, what happened south of not the Yaruga, but the other river, whose name I completely forgot. But basically Sintra and south of Sintra. These territories still belong to Nilfgaard. For now, Emperor Emir Var Emrys is still on the throne. There is no talk of an Empress Ciri. There is a Ciri that rules somewhere in a province deep, deep within Nilfgaardian territory. But other than that, nothing has changed so much on that part. At least from the point of view of where we start our game. Nilfgaard left. A lot of villages are in ruins. Many will probably never be rebuilt. Some places that would have been overlooked before because they just contained nothing or were not of any strategic value to the invaders have now become hubs of life where refugees from other places have basically built new homes here and dug new roots. We are in such a place that, by luck or fate, avoided a lot of damage from the war. This is a small, very small town. Let's call it a hamlet, mostly. It grew out of a coaching inn. An inn that was on the path between the city of Vergen, which now lies in ruins, and the village of Tiel, or Tiel. This was in Upper Redern, in the country that disputed, but the independent nation that was created by the Dragon Slayer Saskia a few years ago. It's now part of the Empire, and we don't know where Saskia is. The point is this little place that was established a long time ago by a werebub, no less. Zorn, the werebub, built a little inn. If anything, Zorn has an eye for business and a sharp mind, and despite the general view of non-humans in the north, he recognized that there was something missing in this area, especially for travelers, especially when people migrated to non-humans, for the most part, migrated to Vergen when they heard the tales of Saskia the Dragon Slayer. And Zorn built an inn called the Flushed Priest. And from this inn, by simple virtue of needing people to work the inn, to offer services, well, at some point, they added a blacksmith, a stable, but now you need stable masters and stable hands, and then you'll also probably need some farmland for hay, and then you'll need this and that and this and that. And out of this business grew this little town called in Elven, in Elder speech, Ban Macid, or in the common tongue, the village in the fields. Some might say middle of nowhere. And while this is here that the crux of our action will take place tonight, and the beginning of our adventure will happen, we're going to have to move a little farther out and wind the clock back just a little bit. Because players, if you remember, during character creation, we've established relationships between all of you. And through these relationships and these events that happened, which viewers might be privy to over the course of our campaign, the group, the four of you, are currently split into two groups. Golshan, you have your home near Ban Macid. Wreath, Asa and Joanna, you are a little bit farther away. 3 of you were walking together, traveling towards Ban Macid for a lot of different reasons. I will leave that up to you. But before we go into all of that, we're winding the clock back to last night. And I will ask each one of you to roll 3d10. Keep the numbers in your mind. Or, on roll 20, whatever. And whenever I will put the focus on one of you and start the scene, I will need you to give me those 3 numbers. You don't need to add them together, I just need the 3 numbers one by one. And I'm going to start this campaign with the one person who's not in this group yet. Hello, Gulshan.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What were the numbers you rolled?
I rolled a 7, a 3, and an 8.
7, 3, 8. This, what I'm about to tell you, happened last night. In your sleep. You... Whatever dream you had, whatever dreams you usually have as a mage of your background and your years of life, it shifted through a screen of smoke. You found yourself, or at least you think you found yourself, that it was you. Torn away from wherever you were, whatever dream you were having. And you know you are outside. It's cold. Cold enough that you can feel the tingle in your toes and your fingers, but there doesn't seem to be any snow around. It's night. That you know, because the moon hangs low overhead. But its color is off. Instead of the silvery gray that you've come to know and see most of the year anyway. This one has the color of rotting bones. It's off-white and red. Like it's been crying. And there are noises around you. Branches cracking. Pebbles tumbling. The sound of a footstep in... like someone freeing their boot from thick mud. Some mere feet behind you. You know you're not alone, but your dream self, no matter how hard you try, doesn't want you to turn your head and to look. And the moment you regain control of your muscles, the dream ends and you awake. It's not yet dawn. I don't know how early Gulshan wakes in the morn, but if you're someone who wakes up with the sun, you're about an hour off.
I think the first thing, because he is a mage, you're right, and he's experienced a lot of things, a lot of strange things, nothing like this just yet. Can I attempt to tell if magic has been cast upon me?
Yeah, give me magic training so that we wipe away that 45 in the roll 20.
Oh, yeah, that 45 that I rolled before the game began.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to roll even better. No additional mods. Well, that'd be a 40. It's not better than a 45. I'm so sorry. I really want to hit another 45.
So close, though. So close. What are the odds?
Crit it again. I'm the first crit of the game.
Um,
And the first roll.
Yep. Gulshan, the dream itself, magic wasn't cast on you this night. With a 40, I'm going to give you that. Magic will be cast on you on that night. The night that the moon hangs low. The moon color of rotten bones. And the cold and the noises. You do not have the gift of foresight. But someone, somewhen, sent that back to you. And that is powerful magic.
Thinking about the nature of the moon, and how it hanged low in the sky, I think, like, he'd probably look through his books, and if I'm lucky, maybe there's an almanac in there.
Oh,
but
definitely. I mean, in a place like Ban Maesid, you probably, if only because you are the learned person here, if anyone has an almanac, it would probably be at your place, and people would come to you to have it read to them.
fantastic. I'm gonna crack open an almanac and pull down a calendar, and see if I can cross-reference a time period in which ignoring the other signs, and ignoring how strange it seems that the sky should turn almost wound-like, to be torn apart like that, focusing upon the nature of the moon, the place it where it was in the sky.
I can tell you it was a full moon. Or if not, an almost full moon. We're talking gibbous, but near full moon.
So a range of maybe 5 days max.
Thereabouts. I
Yeah.
was going to say a week, but yeah. Place it there. Our game starts on the 1st of August of 1272. And looking at like when all of the full moons hit, this might be November or December.
November,
But there are many phenomena that can cause a moon to look bigger without it being actually bigger. Also, bleeding, not something that happens naturally, for sure.
No, I figured that. Yeah.
But you
Look,
know,
a
it
lot
was
of strange
cold, It was a
things.
full moon.
A lot of strange things happen on this part of the continent, this weird, backward, eastern part of the continent. But bleeding skies, that would be a new one. from memory, as best he can, he's going to try and sketch out the land that surrounded him in the view he had. And that's just going to occupy, like, he pushes the almanac aside to one side, the calendar on the other. A date somewhere in November is marked. And he pulls out a large, like, huge piece of paper that he usually lays people on and starts scratching out as best as he can. He's no artist at all, but there's only one chance to make sure that the image in his brain is something he can remember.
All right. Let me just do a little something.
Oh, great.
I forgot to give people access to the Legend Keeper. But that is fine. I will give you access later. I'm just gonna add this here because we now have a timeline on Legend Keeper. So players, you have your accesses to Legend Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody else, I'll do it during break. But I just added in the timeline the when Gulshan at this moment thinks that your dream would take place. It's kind of strange to talk in the past and the future at the same time, but
I mean, that's the nature of whatever this kind of magic is.
Yeah.
Foresight, it's a tricky business. And it's the reason why he avoids staring into fires.
oh, I'm sorry, not 1272. We're in 1274. We're on July 1st, 1274. My bad.
I'm 1 year older than I thought I was. Great.
Not that it changes much, I'll tell you that.
Well, at a certain point, it does achieve a kind of equilibrium where, you wait for your next century.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm assuming. How close can he get to depicting on the page the landscape of what he saw?
Well, the more you think about it, the less you realize outside of what I told you,
Mm-hmm.
nothing seems to take hold in your mind. You can't even remember if you were standing on mud, grass, or stone. There might have been things around you, but the only thing that comes to mind is just darkness. It's darkness, cold, a moon, and noises.
Right. So, okay. Oniromancy.
That's a type
Finding
of
out
magic,
finding out the future through dream work. One of the druids he talked to would have told him about how sometimes you need to try dreaming again. Fix a point in your mind, like an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Try to hold on to it and make another attempt. Casting the piece of paper aside, I think he's going to start bubbling some sleepy time tea and seeing if he can try to push another dream into his head and get more insight. I mean, I've never done a neuromancy. He's never done neuromancy. This is like all new to him.
Do you know the ritual of a neuromancy?
No,
Okay.
I do not.
So you're just trying it out of... This is going to be a first time, basically, for you.
Experimentation, you know?
Yeah. Before I move on to the rest of the group, just to see, like, to give me an idea of the tea that you brew, can you just give me alchemy? This is just going to determine how potentially
Poisonous.
no, it's not going to be poisonous, but I was going to say the potentially effective it is.
All right. I will give you that right
Like
now.
a low roll would mean that it might take longer to actually, like a very cheap chamomile tea, for instance. That would be like a low roll.
So it's a very cheap chamomile tea.
It's a 9. It's fine.
It's a 9.
Thank you. I'll get back to you later.
Thank you.
Because now we're going to rewind a few hours again. And I'm going to need a guinea pig from one of the 3 travelers. Who wants to go first?
I love how silent we all are. We're all like, wait,
Oh, I
hang
can
on.
roll a
Somebody,
die.
Is somebody else gonna go? I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll
Roll
do
a die. Oh,
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
no, roll the die. Roll the die.
Oh no, Wreath, you so kindly volunteered.
Yeah, Reese, you seem really excited to go.
I, for one, value Wreath's foreignness and ability to take lead in times of stressful circumstance.
All right, then.
You may regret that later.
Wreath, what were your numbers?
1 moment. I was looking at things. A 9, a 6, and a 10.
9, 6, 10. Okay. Sorry, I have to like put them in order after that. Okay. Wreath, for as long as you remember, there hasn't been a single night in your life where let me rephrase that. There hasn't been a single instance where you have dreamt that you have not seen one of the many people you've killed over your lengthy life.
Mhm.
Except that one dream tonight. You are standing on a plateau. There's no one around you. On this plateau, there are carvings on the rocks. They make a sort of amphitheater-like shape around you. The carvings are odd, old. The rocks that they are carved onto look like misshapen obelisks. And let's call them runes carved on it. They keep shifting and shimmering, preventing you from ever focusing on one. It always looks somewhat elvish, like markings you've seen before, but that was over a century ago. Even this plateau, you're not quite sure if you've ever been there before, or you've never set foot there and it's just your mind merging different places together. When you look down, you notice that blood seeps through your shirt. It drips to the ground where it merges with rainwater. But it's not raining? But you know it's rainwater. Before seeping into tiny little slivers, cracks, that mar this otherwise flat, semicircular plateau. Your blood goes down into these cracks, and Dream Wreath knows that the blood is feeding the thing under the mountain. When you look back up, there is a flash of light. An intense moment of warmth that is both scary, terrifying, and yet oddly comforting and familiar. And it's upon that last notion of, oh, odd, that you jolt awake. You are not on a plateau. You're exactly where you, Joanna, and Asa struck camp last night. The other two are still fast asleep.
Is this like fairly soon after Wreath went to sleep? Like, are we talking middle of the night, or are we talking headed towards
No.
sunrise? Although Wreath does
We're
sleep late.
talking
They're
the sun is
more of a night
about to
owl.
rise.
Oh, okay.
Like we're July 1st in the north. It'd be around like 4:35-ish a.m.
Oh, okay. So well before Wreath usually wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
But they're more of a definitely more of a night person. I think that they, the first thing that they do is they'll like go take a swig of water, and rinse their mouth out. Just, they'll just start the morning sort of ritual. But as they're starting it and as they're like going through their things, they're going to pause and they're going to try and just in the dirt sketch out any of the runes to see if they can, because like when you see something in a dream, it the numbers don't look right on the face, but they're going to try and see if they can like read what they had seen on the runes by sketching it by sketching the symbols they'd seen into the dirt.
Can you give me an elder speech roll?
I can.
That would be under your intelligence. Wow. Everyone rolling super freaking high. As you carve, like begin trying to draw the letters, you realize that part of them, at least you think, part of them are from the, let's call it, modern, current Elder Speech alphabet. But then some others that you've seen are way older, back when the elves weren't called the Enshade. Back to the time of the Enel. These are like markings you would have seen in the oldest ruins of Elvendom. And then some others you have no idea. They don't look Elder Speech. They don't look like an ancestor of Elder Speech. They don't look Dwarven. They just look like doodles. And yet when you look at said doodles you drew in the dirt, they look menacing. Like whatever the word, if it is a word that you just drew, it is a bad word.
Would Wreath know enough to be able to sound out the word, or do they not have that kind of?
I'm sorry, you sort of blanked out.
Oh, would Wreath
Under video.
know enough to like to sound out the word?
You're trying to sound the word?
Yeah.
Some of the ones that you've written, in older, well, as old as you can. Basically, the NL part probably not, but the others, some of them are. It's the word for warning, but more like the warning that you would give a trespasser, like to give you something more modern out of game would be along the lines of trespassers will be shot. That
Nice.
sort of meaning behind it. That it's a warning of danger, but of danger to a specific person who's not supposed to be there.
So definitely a warning Wreath has seen before. Maybe not specifically. I mean, not that they've seen this particular warning, but I think they have seen quite a few no trespassing signs that they have traipsed past so far, or the equivalent thereof.
The sign that cannot stop you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they just, when they see that, and after they sound it out, they kind of grin at it. And then they scuff their feet through the dirt, and they're going to come back into the camp with they're not being quiet about this at all. They're just very they're going to start making the fire. They're pretty much hoping to wake people up so they can talk to people about their dream that they just had that didn't have dead people in it. In fact, I think they probably they'll be when they walk back into the camp, they're like, Asa, Joanna, you're not going to believe what just happened, into the darkness right before the dawn.
I'll go in order that you said the names. And then I'll move our focus to Asa. Because guess what? Someone's calling out your name. But before we get there, what were the 3 numbers you rolled?
I got a 3, a 1, and a 9.
Last night, you dreamt, or at least part of that dream, that last little bit. You find yourself looking up at the stars. It's night. That you know of. It's also quite cold. You can barely feel your feet inside your boots. Even the tip of your fingers is a little numb. The dream is so vivid that you can almost, you could be, you could see yourself wanting to grab a log and put it into the campfire. Right? The one that's, well, exactly where you left it, a few feet away from you when you went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But as you look down to grab some firewood, you notice that you are wounded. And not just a little. Your shirt is wow. Full. Couldn't find a better word. Full of blood. So much so that it leaks down. It pours out of your shirt like it was a sieve. And it drips onto the ground next to you, where it, almost through some strange will of its own, finds the nearest cracks in the dirt, either near roots or elsewhere, and just flows through with a consistency that is a bit too light to be actual blood. And you know in that instant that the blood you lost went to feed something. Something that you might have been hunting? It's on that last note of trying to figure out how come you know this, that you hear your name being shouted like thunder right next to your ear. And you are startled awake.
Was I actually sleeping?
Hey.
Not
Yeah, it was
meditating?
really weird. Wait, you were? I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
I'm
I wasn't
asking the
paying attention.
GM.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you
Sorry.
were asleep.
Okay. All right. Unusual. Hello. So,
Hey, I had the weirdest dream. It was nuts. Honestly, there was nobody in it, which is pretty weird for me. Do you want some coffee?
sure.
So I was on this plateau, and there were these great big monoliths all the way around me, and they had these glyphs on them. Interesting glyphs. Honestly, it's kind of like you know those signs that really wealthy people post on the outside to let you know that they're absolutely going to shoot you if you try and get in? Something like that, but in, elder speech. It was really weird. I wonder if there's something underneath the plateau. We should look for a plateau. There might be some treasure down there.
Slow down.
What? Sorry.
Elder speech?
Yeah. What my parents used to use with me back in the day.
No, I know what elder speech is. It's you saw it in your dream?
Yeah. It was just there, like in runes on the stones. I don't know. It was pretty weird. They were all the way around me too, which was odd. I don't think I've seen anything like that. How was your meditation?
Good. It was good. Yeah.
Nice.
Uneventful.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, no dreams, none here.
Do you usually dream in meditation? I thought that was a pretty straightforward no. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Pretty weird to say you don't dream then.
And I think
Sorry.
Sorry. I was going to say, since Joanna was also called out, I think that would be a point where I would need to ask Joanna for her numbers first.
My numbers are 7, 9, and 10.
Joanna, whatever dream you may have had last night, it was quickly overtaken by a sort of strange vision. You happened to look up during your dream and found yourself staring at a low moon. The color of rotten bones and dried blood. When you looked back down to where you were, to sort of get back to the dream you were having, you see that you're bleeding. You've been wounded in several places all over your torso, your arms.
Ooh.
blood seeps through your shirt, even through your blacksmith's apron, the leather of which has been just soaked full of blood. It drips to the ground, where it merges with water or maybe mud and seeps into cracks, forever disappearing. And also through some strange sixth sense that you suddenly find yourself doted with. You know that the blood you've lost went to feed something. The last thing you remember is hearing your name being shouted out loud as a brilliant flash of light turns the entire scene sort of yellow-white. It's terrifying. It's the, at least as far as you know, in this very moment, this is what you see when you die. It is both frightening and comforting. And then your eyes begin to pop open. There's no bright flashes of light. You're not wounded. I believe it smells like coffee? Did you find yourself in camp?
Reith, how early is it? Why are you shouting? You're also muted.
You're muted.
How dark is it outside?
It's about like an hour before sunrise.
None of my characters are morning people.
You're still muted, Reith. There you go.
Yep, sure am. This whole time I thought you were talking to Han. Nope, it's me. Reith is just being obnoxious is what that boils down to. They're just they're the kind of person who they don't typically wake up early, but once they wake up, they're moving. So they're like, hey, you want a cup of coffee? What? Good morning. You know. I had the weirdest dream.
Dream, you say?
Yeah. It was crazy. I was standing on this plateau, and there were all of these like stones around me. You know, the weirdest part is there was nobody there. It was so bizarre.
That's the weirdest.
Want some
part?
coffee?
I would
yes.
love some coffee. Morning, Asa. You sleep well? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And to what do we owe this early awakening?
I don't know. I just woke up. Figured it's time to get up. Might as well get at it, you know?
I see.
Besides, there could be, the thing is this was a very like, you know, enter here and be shot sort of message on these stones. So I'm wondering if this is like if there could be something below there, you know, something valuable, something somebody might not want other people to get to, but maybe it's shiny or interesting.
Reith,
yeah.
I think that just might be your conscience finally catching up with you, you know, with your proclivities and the like.
Okay. Well, first off, seems like a very harsh thing to say, because
I haven't had my morning coffee yet, so forgive me.
Drink up.
Is there like a fire going, or?
Yeah.
I guess a little if you have to have coffee, yeah.
Yeah, Ruth was Ruth just started their morning stuff, so
Joanna would grab like a small iron pot from her stuff, and given that she, if one must be alive, one should be able to enjoy good food, as she'll set the kettle above the fire, grab looks like a dried brick of something, as she fetches some water and starts to make some like morning porridge of like a dried out block of what appears to be meats and like other grains that kind of thicken up as they soak into the water. Just something to snack on in the morning. Sorry, I'm cranky. Goodness.
Joanna's not a morning person.
Never will be, never was. But you speak of dreams. I actually had a bit of a dream myself. Weird.
Oh.
Yeah, big fucking moon in my face. Was bleeding all over. Like my siblings had finally caught up to me, about to ship me back for some coin.
oh.
And then,
Oh yeah, I was bleeding too. I'm just right through my shirt for no reason.
Right,
Both of you were hurt in your dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Well, I mean, it didn't.
stab.
Well, wait, you were stabbed?
It felt like I was stabbed, right? Like if I was a
Oh.
pincushion, like a testing dummy for swords. Hey,
That
so
sounds awful.
where are you on the dream front?
Oh, witches don't dream.
Right. Forgot that.
Yeah. He was very insistent that he didn't dream this morning, which,
I've asked you
Seemed
before. Are
odd.
you sure you don't have like a pamphlet like Introduction to Witches?
would be very handy.
I've only heard what I've heard, and honestly, if half that stuff is true, it's a little alarming. But you seem well enough, so drink coffee like the rest of us, at least.
Sure.
And as the hours pass, or at least one, the sun finally rises in the distance. The woodlands in this part of Edern Kedwin Edern, I should say, are a little sparse compared to the thick woods of Kedwin. You see the dawn just as it happened, when the sun rises above the mountains. And you know that if you leave incessantly, you should get to Ban Masid and to Golshan somewhere around noon.
I think Wreath just is pretty interested to get there. I assume we're getting there for the same reason that Wreath has visited Golshan historically, or at least I think that's Wreath's reason, unless we've got another reason for heading there. So they just start, once the coffee is done and the food's done, they just start packing stuff up. And I think they're chattering the whole time, asking weird questions or talking about random things.
As the three of you leave camp behind, can you all give me an awareness check?
Awareness. Are we putting most of the luggage onto Asa's horse?
I would imagine so, yes.
Does the
Wreath
horse have
would
a
very
name?
much like to.
Where is awareness? Oh goodness.
Under intelligence.
Under intelligence.
I know I'm not there, but does the horse have a name?
Yes. She's an old Clydesdale or other sort of workhorse. Her name is. Hold on, I had to ask about this. Laufey.
Laufey.
How do you spell that?
Laufey. Laufey.
Laufey.
Okay, I'm not.
Thank you.
With 17, 18, and 20,
Who?
the three of you notice as you leave camp that there's near the stream that flows kind of a few ways off of where you pitched camp last night. There's like let's call it a square of worms and maggots.
Oh.
Actually, our Wreath, you know it's not a square. It's you remember that sign in a language that you drew that you couldn't
yeah.
really figure out what it was? Well, even though you've wiped the dirt away, worms and maggots have crawled out from God's nowhere and are wriggling in a shape reminiscent of that, if not exactly the doodle you made in the dirt.
Huh. That's weird.
What's weird, Wraith?
Well, I wrote some of the runes over here, and now there's worms and maggots. We should probably ask Gulshan about that. Actually, Asa, you know anything? Like, is there any reason why that would have happened?
DM, is there something I can roll? Because right now Ace is like, I don't know.
You can, if you want to see if you've ever heard of something like that during your Witcher training, you could give me Witcher training.
Okay.
Otherwise, could be just straight education. If you've maybe come across.
Now, how do I?
something
Oh,
like
there we
that.
go. Roll skill. 14.
Could be a curse. Could be
Oh, not another one.
a hex. Could be the presence of a necrophage nearby that just attracts, insects that feed on decaying flesh. It could also be just pure coincidence that someone disturbed the dirt where these insects were sleeping, and they just crawled out to see what disturbed the earth above them.
All right. I don't know. It's weird. Could be magic. Could be, bugs.
Well, let's ask Gulshan. He knows magic.
I agree.
Asa will, or Wreath will. I think I've got little bags. Yeah, I do. Wreath will put some of the maggots into a bag for Gulshan. Some of the worms and maggots. Yeah, I'm gonna take some of that.
They are plump and wriggly.
Good. I have brought Gulshan so many great things over the years. I think this one's gonna top the cake.
That's disgusting.
Getting a gift last minute before you visit your friend at the first opportunity.
To be fair, that's how it's always been.
I'm sure Gulshan will appreciate it in his way.
Oh yeah, he likes weird mysteries. This will be a good one for him.
Should I have brought a gift? I didn't think of that far.
Oh, I can get you something.
I looked down at the maggots. I'll figure something else out. But I appreciate
sure?
the offer, Wraith.
All right,
It's not so
fair
much
enough.
your taste. It's where you get it. Is
You could
Look, I
also bring
promise
him
no
bugs.
one will. Oh yeah, you could. Although he likes a mystery, so maybe tell him a story if you do.
story. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
And you just let me know. You want me to get something? I'm sure we'll see something that's, interesting. We've got to run into somebody along the way.
Right, you are. Joanna will grab her crossbow from where she liked the not having to lug it around everywhere, but it's you know what? We're getting close to people, and people can be unpredictable and be looking to make a quick buck. I'm gonna carry this on me. Better safe than
Reef
sorry.
still looks like completely unarmed. They're just, hanging out.
The roughly 6 hours that separate you from Ban Masid are pretty uneventful if we compare it to the strange sort of end of the night that you've had. As you travel across the fields, the meadows give way to eventually farmlands. And you see outside, working said fields, a bunch of farmers, young and old, some that you've probably seen before on a past trip to Ban Masid. None of them stop to wave at you or to acknowledge your presence. In fact, what few workers are visibly aware of your presence, the three of you, they also seem to make an effort or show to ignore you and to go back to tilling the fields.
So, because I think like Reith would probably know some of these people to some extent or another. They're very chatty, and so like I think they are trying to wave to people, and they'll like shout out names, and then when people ignore them, they're just like, "Huh."
Yeah, most people,
And they'll
when you shout their name, would just like briefly look and then just like
And they'll be
hurry
like-
themselves.
Hmm. After I think like the second or third field of this happening, Reith stops waving to people. But they do like they'll like edge closer to see if people will like walk away from them as they would like do a detour through a field to see if people would walk away from them.
No, they don't. Unless you're walking
Yeah.
like straight into someone,
Right.
they don't give you any type of berth as you pass by. They just, how can I say, it's like almost like they weren't allowed to talk to you. That might be like the closest feeling Reith could get from this, is like it feels like these people were told to work and not take a break and not speak to anyone, which is unlike what normally, the reception you get, even this
Yeah.
far away from Ban Masid. You still have a bit of farmland to cross, like about an hour or so, but people are normally a lot friendlier, at least compared to today.
Yeah. If Reith tries to talk to somebody, do they like if they were to say like, "Hey, what's going on?" Or they would probably
You-
say, "How was your day?"
You ask like the nearest farmhand, this sort of burly, red-headed man with like his hair just not in a good shape at all, but it has been sort of scrunched up in a bun. There are like twigs and mud caked in it. The person himself, even though it's relatively early in the morning, even for farmhands, has been sweating through their shirt, working. They're a bit out of breath. When you speak to them, they turn very quickly. You recognize them when they were a bit younger. Maybe not your last trip to Gulshan, maybe the one before, or even the one before that. They grew quickly. That person, by the name of Boru, well, the last recollection, they're probably like 15, 16.
Okay.
But they bulked up, and they just go, oh,
And
can't-
Reith
can't-
like
can't-
tries
can't-
to
gotta
like
work.
help them.
No,
Oh.
I'm okay.
Okay. I mean, are you sure?
Yeah, we're just
Are you?
busy. It's this Zorn. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Zorn?
Gotta, yeah. Um. And he like looks around to the others, and you would notice like anyone who's been working in the vicinity is suddenly much more interested in working like about like 15 feet farther away. And Borrow just drops his voice a bit lower and goes, it's just there's a Zorn said we're expecting some company. Shouldn't be seen. Not doing. You should busy yourself. You shouldn't loiter. Yeah.
Oh.
Loiter. Shouldn't loiter anywhere. Is yeah. Don't know when, but or don't take any chances. Yeah. It's not fun.
Wreath will like clap him on the back and say, "Good man. That's right. Don't loiter or get into trouble. You've got this."
Oh, not trouble, not for this person. Not.
Hmm?
Ma said that Zorn gave messages going around town, warning people. It's he looks around again.
They're gonna just continue helping him with his work so that it's not slowing.
It's the Emperor sending someone here,
Here?
of all places.
Upon this land to this place? What does he seek?
Not a cold pint and a warm bed. I don't think so. Important people don't come here.
surely. What must drag him to this place?
I don't know, but I don't want to.
Right. No. Do you know where Zorn is?
Should be at the priest, or maybe still walking around town telling people.
Excellent. Good man. You've grown, by the way. Congratulations. This is a thing humans do, and you've done it well.
Thank you?
Of course. Wreath will clap him on the side of the arm again. Like just bop, bop, and then they'll like off back to the road to catch up with Joanna and Asa again.
Goes back to working. Gives you like another glance when you rejoin the rest of the group.
Wraith, and finally
Hi.
cornered one. What's going on?
Yeah.
They seem to be avoiding us.
Yeah, it's weird. Zorn's apparently has some more information, but someone from the Emperor is coming here for some unknown reason, and everyone needs to stay looking busy. So, do either of you have any reason we should be worried about that? I don't know. I don't know your past. So you could,
Emperor?
sure. Maybe he's got something out for you. Either of you?
I don't think so. Most of my problems
I've
are a
no
little
feelings.
more familial.
Huh. Oh, oh, right. Yeah. Makes sense. Sorry, Asa. What did you say?
No, I have no dealings with the Emperor.
Ah.
But there's a Zorn somewhere about.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find him.
Hmm.
We will.
Though perhaps Gulshan knows more?
Speaking of Gulshan, someone knocks at your door.
You know something? Do you know something? I just there is a thing where you don't technically need to see someone to use telepathy, right?
To what? Sorry?
To use telepathy, you don't need to see them. Just be 10 meters away.
I think you need to sort of at least know, like, where they are.
So you
kind of.
can't use it as a magical ring doorbell. No, that's fine. Do I get an idea of? I'm startled. But do I get an idea of like if it's important or not? If it's fast or desperate?
It is hurried, but it is not a heavy knock.
Wait, okay, hold on. Is it a knock towards the top of the door?
No, it's a
Or the
knock towards the
bottom of
middle or the bottom.
Gotcha. So he just, straightens out his clothing for a little second and cracks open the door, expecting to see Zorn.
In very little clothing compared to what he wears normally. He's barely out of his like nightgown. He still has, in fact, his nightgown like tucked into pants with a hastily buckled belt, and he's holding a rather long furled scroll.
Zorn, something has awoken you.
You'll never believe what is happening here. Here, I'm busting my voice, repeating it to everyone. You're one of the few people literate around here, so share in my misery.
Without saying another word, I pull the scroll and take a look at it.
As you take the scroll, he sort of tries to sneak past you and asking at the same time, "You got anything to drink? I'm parched."
Unless you want tea, no.
Tea is fine. Your very shoddy, sleepy tea, I guess?
Well, at this point, it's now got like a bit of peppermint in it, which is probably not really conducive to the. It's an herbal tea of some strange make, is what it is at this point. But it is bubbling on a hearth, on a little fire in the corner of the hut.
Don't mind me if I do.
Of course, the Emperor, and I like mumble through it as I read it.
So, this is an official notice to the master of Ban Macid. And it's not addressed to Zorn. In fact, his name never comes up in the whole scroll, but it is to warn this person, the person in charge, let's say, the town speaker, that they are to welcome one Elsalard of Dravograd in at the start, like the very first week of July. Elsalard travels from Tretagor and has been nominated as prefect of Upper Posada. Are we upper or lower? I think we're upper in this part. Anyway, I'll get the but of this region basically.
They are sending a Lyrian to prefect us.
Yeah. The northern marches. Yeah, but I've heard of him. Reputation, mostly. And I've heard what these prefects have been doing. They, look down. I think it's the third paragraph or something.
Oh, fine. And like, the scroll is slowly furling over itself as he's shuffling down.
It's like roughly like yay long. Like a good 2 feet long of paper, most of which is empty space. 'Cause, when you have money for vellum. But the third paragraph explains that the master of Ban Masid must render any aid and services free of charge to the prefect in their role to uphold the word of the emperor and the law of the land. And that, should the prefect require anything, the villagers of Ban Masid are to offer it willingly, freely, under, pain of a punishment that would be decided by the prefect at the time on a case-by-case basis.
So they don't know who you are, or who I am, or what they'll find here. But they want to, as we are now under their domain.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a question of taxes or anything. I think our esteemed emperor has decided that his law now extends to our patch of wilderness.
Oh, he always did. But this is new. You said that you heard this man's reputation?
Yeah. And why I wanted to see you.
I am dying of suspense.
He's, fanatically devoted to the crown. Veteran of the Third Northern War, was some low-ranking sergeant before. I don't think he saw combat. I know of him because some of the things the folks from Mahakam mentioned. You recall them, those 4 dwarves that came by at the eve of winter a few months ago. Didn't make much of a fuss. They stayed for like 2 days. Good folks. Paid. Well. This Alisard conducted an investigation in Tredagor once. Before the war. Was some form of captain or some other. He failed. Or at least, I assume he's not competent enough. And decided it would be better to just murder all the suspects, most of which happened to be dwarves. It was for
Not
some...
by accident, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't recall their names, but it was one of them's cousin or nephew or some such that was one of the victims. If he's coming here and he has no love for non-humans and he's devoted to Radovid, we're gonna have to be very, very mindful. And he sort of motions himself, can't really pretend I'm anything other than what I am. But you, as far as I know, you're not a herbalist, you're not a mage, you're not an alchemist. You're an old, retired civil servant, right? That's why you have books.
Yes, an old alderman. Although, if he knows Zeracanians, he probably knows my accent.
But Zeracanian is already a step above people like me in the eyes of people like Elsalard of Dravagrad.
I know, but what is the chance he'll actually believe that I'm what I am? An alderman. Ex-alderman.
Who knows? Things are weird in Zeracania. They have dragons.
Yes, we have dragons. Never mind. Okay. I will do whatever it takes to keep you safe, as you've done me.
I tried to strike the fear of the gods into the rest of the people around my staff and extended it to their families. There are too many non-humans in Ban Mesa. I don't want any one of us to run afoul of our prefect.
Zorn, what if our prefect knows of the Bloodweld?
I hadn't thought of that.
Rumor
If he
gets
takes the
around.
road from Tredagor, he'll probably pass by Hag. Vergen's just smoking ruins. I think your reputation might. Unless he asks a lot of questions along the way. He might not have heard of the Bloodwell just yet.
Let's try and keep it that way.
I've also taken it upon myself to clean the notice board in front of the inn. No one was asking for you specifically, but just in case.
In case. An unlucky day for visitors.
Yes, I just hope no one visits this place in a while.
No more, at least.
It's gonna be bad for business, but I don't know. Maybe if life's too boring around, the prefect will leave for Teal or Banglian or some other places.
Maybe he'll go into the woods and get killed by a Dryad.
Oh, I have thought about it.
Uh-huh.
It's I don't know, keep a low profile for now. I wouldn't want the next prefect to come in with a vengeance.
Go put some clothes on.
Yes. Should expect him, well, today, in the morrow, the day after. I know. Weather's been relatively clement, calm around, so I don't think his travels will have been wow, words. Have been delayed.
No, we would not be that lucky.
Aye, close. Thank you for the drink. It's
Bad.
I was going to say mostly water, but hey.
Yes. It's nothing compared to your bar. Move. Go, go, go. I need to clean this place up.
And as he leaves, by a twist of fate, he takes a different path than the three other people that were heading into your hut. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. Grab something to drink, perhaps water with chamomile and peppermint. Have a stretch. Not dream of weird things. Hope that the break music's not too loud, and we'll be right back.
Cat.
And we're back, friends. Hello. So speaking of bringing presents, because that's kind of what we're talking about. It's only been a few minutes since Zorn has left your home, Gulshan. Well, I don't know what it is that you hear. Let's shove the camera outside, pan to, look through the doorway at this trio and a horse of people approaching.
This trio and horse.
Is there like does Gulshan have like a side entrance or
Yeah, what does your home
a
look like?
window that Wreath usually goes through?
Great. It is a circular one-room hut that he got from healing someone who decided to move out. It's got one door on one side, a couple windows in the back, and there's a couple little plants growing out from them. On the side, there's a partition, and that covers where the bed is. And on the other side, there's a hearth surrounded by bookshelves. And that's not a smart idea. But space is limited here. In the middle, there's a gigantic table stretched out. And right now, that's where Gulshan is like rubbing a piece of vellum with a pumice stone. You can't see it, but if the camera's going to zoom out, that's what you see Gulshan doing, which is the missive. He's like erasing it. That's how you erase vellum. And up above, there's like a small aperture, which allows light, moonlight, and daylight to come in, and also rain sometimes. So sometimes it just rains. So there's a bucket underneath the table to put on top of it. The entire place is a bit ramshackle. It clearly belonged to someone else, but the touches of culture that are around, there's always some sort of incense burning in here, and the place itself has a warmth to it. There's a lot of decor in like red, because that's a color he's rather fond of, even though he never dresses in it. And there's a gigantic rug across the floor to soften his footsteps, because he only ever walks around barefoot in this place. Near to the windows, though, if you were to look really closely, and Wreath, you know it's there, because you would know it's there. There's a small chest of drawers, and it's filled with all sorts of stuff, including one drawer that's just devoted to all of the weird stuff you bring him. But behind that chest of drawers is the handle of a sword. A large sword that never goes too far from his side. Most people don't even notice it. But you know that. You know it's there.
Is Gulshan's house a shoes off house?
It is, in fact, a shoes off house, yeah.
Okay, so as we're getting closer, I think Wreath definitely just starts unlacing their shoes and, just taking them off like in advance, pulling them over the back. And then they like, huh?
You don't bring the dirt and mud inside.
Yeah, they're just very like, do. And then they look over at Asa and Joanna and they're like, shoes off. Your shoes need to be off. He doesn't like shoes in his house. Look, because you bring dirt and mud inside the house and then it's a whole thing. Honestly, I could save you the lecture, or you could just go in there and experience it for yourself. But if you don't want the lecture, shoes off.
Ah, you just started taking their shoes off with no explanation, so I was a little hesitant.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Of course, shoes off.
Fair.
Oh,
Wreath, how do you know Gulshan?
Oh, he's helping me with a curse. And then Wreath will turn toward the door and just yell Gulshan's name full belts, just like in the most, like when you're like greeting an old friend and you're just like at a tavern levels of loud. They're just like, Gulshan!
The door swings open, and he's of course barefoot. What you see in front of you, because I've not described him yet, he's a 30-ish, 30 plus actually, like mid-30s, late 30s man, long dark hair that cascades around and curls, gold earrings, a chain tucked into what looks like a green tunic with gold appliques, but it's not it's been repaired. It's very fine, probably made out of silk. It's been repaired so many times, and it's definitely not northern. It goes to the knees, and it's surrounded in pleats, and it's rather low cut in the front. It doesn't look like a thing that most people who have never met a Zerrikanian is familiar with. Below, there's some padded trousers that go underneath them, but you probably don't notice them. And he's got like a bearded face, bronze skin. It looks a bit green. Actually, there's a running theme of green in places you wouldn't suspect. He looks like he's tried to blend in, but there's just something otherworldly about him if you look close enough. But Ioana knows that. And so does Wreath. And Asa doesn't. And the first thing he's going to say is, bad time.
What?
Really bad time.
But I have a thing for you. Look, I got some worms. Honestly, it was the weirdest thing. I had this dream last night, and then I drew out the runes, and then these worms were in there. Anyway, I figured you'd appreciate the mystery. Wait, is it a
Okay,
bad
come in.
time because the Emperor's coming?
Not the Emperor. Come in.
Oh,
All of
right,
you,
right.
please.
Joanna's like hopping on one foot, trying to take a boot off.
I think Wreath is already inside. They've sat down on their favorite part of like at the foot of his bed where they're just like legs cross-legged. They're just like sort of settling in. They've put their shoes to the side and they've started just chattering.
I think now that the four of you are here, and because Norden reminded me, what do y'all look like? Visitors to the Bloodweld.
Wreath, you're the first in the door. Why don't you describe yourself?
Oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. Wreath is now I'm like, okay, wait, how I don't think I made Wreath very tall. So I'm double checking those things. Oh no, I did make Wreath tall. Wreath is an elf. They are very tall. They have they've got white hair. The way that they act, the way that they look, like despite the fact they have white hair, you would probably think they're a lot younger than they are until you get really close, or maybe you have a heavier conversation where they talk about something that happened, centuries ago, as if it was yesterday. They wear a lot of jewelry, and they have like just sort of a longer black tunic. They look completely unarmed. Great big wide eyes, a ready, easy smile, pretty pale skin. And they do have a vest with a hood on it and leather wraps around their, like bracers around their forearms.
I was muted. Second person to come in.
I can go.
Okay.
Joanna or Joanna is a older woman, and by older I mean like mid-30s. Longish, wavy red hair, shorter stature, 5'4". She wears like kind of just like very practical clothing, a blouse that's semi-open in the front just for the breeze of it, heavy boots. Arms and hands seem very defined, not a stranger to hard work. Her eyes are perhaps her most captivating quality, as they're like a lightish blue, and just from a habit of like lingering, just kind of like lost in thought, she tends to let them rest on certain things or people, just kind of as she's thinking about things.
And the last to come in.
Asa is the last to come in because when Wreath made that very loud declaration, it sort of took him aback a bit. He is not great with loud noises, but he does eventually follow inside, and he is actually quite tall. He's about 6'1", broad shoulders, thin waist. He's well built, which is weird because he has this what seems to be a baby face. You look at him and you don't really know what to make of this guy because he's got the build of a witcher and the face of someone who's like just had his first kiss. And he wears a heavy green cloak with the hood pulled up very, to sort of shadow his face. You can see the yellow eyes. There's no hiding that. But everything that he can sort of try to hide about himself, he will try to hide inside this cloak. He's got gloves and, heavy Witcher boots and Witcher armor under there. But you don't know what else is under there. Like, what you see is what you get, more or less. He's got shaggy black hair, a little bit overgrown in the front. Like, he might have once had sort of a faux hawk, but it's since gotten a lot shaggier. And, he's just sort of an odd Witcher. And a cat school medallion.
That has to vibrate.
That is vibrating.
Oh.
It vibrates, especially as you walk past a certain... It's underneath the rug. But there's a point at which, just beyond the edge of the circular rug that dominates the room, you definitely feel a subtle vibration. Not as an active spell, probably, if you're familiar enough with it, but sort of one that was probably done ages ago. Okay. Joanna?
Wait, you know Joanna?
Yes, I mean, no. Why would I know?
Okay, come on. You just said I didn't even introduce her yet, and you already knew her name. That is just, you can just say, what is it? How'd you guys meet?
Well, Yuan was obviously caught by some sort of muting virus.
Gulshan,
again.
curse you and your spells. It's good to see you again, old friend. And it's all right. If they were going to turn on me, they done so long ago. In fact, Wreath actually helped me out of a jam a while back.
Yep.
So
sure
one
did.
could say I owe them. However, I did pay for their services, so technically we're even.
I mean, yes, technically. Sure.
Well, you have a curse on you. Yuana's situation is a bit different.
Mm. Oh, by the way, I got you something. Reaches into her pack, pulls out a slightly dirty carrot, puts it on the table.
Maggots in a carrot. Lovely. What a
Wait,
gift.
hang on. You walked right past the maggots as if there wasn't a story attached. It was weird, Gulshan. It was very bizarre. It was as if the maggots were called to the spot where I had drawn the rune into the dirt.
What school are you?
What?
What school, not you, are you? The yellow
He'll
eyes are
sign
a good giveaway.
cat school.
I was wondering when one of you would come about. And he, like, ignoring everything, he wanders back. Wreath, you know exactly what he's going to reach for.
Is it the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Wreath 110%, because they've never seen... Wait, have they ever seen him reach for the sword? I feel like probably not.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
So
He's
then
got
they
the body of like a
immediately-
retired swordsman.
They immediately jump up and put themselves between Asa and Gulshan. And they're like, hey, what is going on?
I don't know how this one followed you, but they're after
This
me.
one? What? No.
Asa?
Yeah. I saved him. He's fine.
What do you mean?
Well, hang on. I already forgot the backstory. Right, because
Asa saved them
thought-
from a bar
yes.
brawl.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right, because it was tied to the... Okay, thank you. Ace's like, no, wait. Hang on. Wreath is like, Asa saved me. Things got heated, and instead of me getting turned into a little pile of goo, Asa was right there. Asa didn't even know who you were. Well, I mean, did you? Did you know who Gulshan is?
Have you
Okay.
ever heard of the name Bloodweld before?
He'll signal that he heard it from them. And that's it.
Can
I've been
I
touting your praises.
Can I try and do a little deduction to see if I'm being manipulated and lied to?
That would be human perception.
Human perception, yeah. Right.
When he turns his back, grab him.
Oh
Here.
my gosh.
We're just
I
gonna
know
beat the
all.
game today. We're running so well.
Yeah, like just Asa,
The top.
Yeah.
what is your innermost secret? Now, did you ever hear the word bloodwed before? Bloodweld.
Only from Wreath and Joanna.
Really?
But can I tell?
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was gonna say if you had any other questions from your check.
Yeah. Asa, I've met some Catskill Witchers. Who trained you?
The Black Butcher, he says.
So your friend, your mentor, has a.
His mentor was, his name was Corwin. So,
And Corwin has a contract out on me. Or took one.
Wait. Is that...
Gulshin.
I'm a witch. People don't tend to like them.
Look, Gulshin has done right by me. He has tried 1,000 and different things. I can vouch for him. He's
Asa will sign, I didn't come here to kill you.
Fine. Fine. Then why did you come here?
Following
I was
them.
hoping we could try again.
You must forgive my rudeness. It's been the prefect of the Redanian Empire is on his way. And he's not too fond of non-humans or witches.
Oh.
Well, are you sticking around?
Ignoring Wreath for a second, turning back to Asa, will you accept my apology for acting rashly?
Yes. He's just sort of got this, like, now that he's been informed of what's going on, he's a little bit more wary, but he says, you know, yeah, I'll accept your apology. You know, he doesn't speak at all to Gulshin, but he signs, and I assume that, you know, there's a universal.
This is a good question. What language are we speaking in? Are we speaking in Elder Speech, or are we speaking in a form of Elder Speech, or are we speaking in a form of Nordling? For those of us who are using our voices.
That's a good question, because Wreath sort of opened up the conversation. I know y'all can speak the same. At least I think everyone here speaks a bit of Elder Speech.
Yeah.
Which in the Empire of Radovid is a very cool language to speak in public. So
Is it? I don't believe you.
We're in my house.
You said your house had a hole in it.
In the roof.
Maybe
It's
You never
got a-
know where
needs
people
a
could be
dropping
listening.
Witch hunter on the roof. Who knows? No, but I would leave it to Wreath when you opened up the conversation, I guess. If it's anything like myself out of game, if someone talks to me in French, I'll just keep going in French. Or if you approach me speaking English, I'll just keep going in English until my brain farts and I switch to a different language.
I don't think Wreath would open with Elder Speech, considering the current political climate. They would I think they reserve that for conversations that they don't want other people to necessarily be able to be a part of.
So it's
So-
basically broken Nordling for a lot of you.
Yeah, very
100%.
broken Nordling.
We're fine. Okay, fine. This dream, I'm not answering that other question. I wouldn't leave this place unless I had to.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking for like a, a little time away while he visited, then coming back.
So, maggots in the carrot.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know about the carrot. What's the story with the carrot, Joanna? You were going to come up with one.
You seem hangry. Let me borrow your hearth for a second. Joanna will walk into the kitchen area.
You can toss the tea. He opens up
What?
this bag.
This was tea?
I'll drink it.
Pour out in I'm assuming you have a cup or a mug I can find and give some to Wreath. as
There's
I'm busy
just
for lunch.
Yeah, there's exactly 2 mugs and nothing else. If you want soup, you drink it out of the mug.
Of course, yeah.
Pulling out the bag of maggots, the bag of worms, the bag of bugs, the bag of it's a lot.
They're
He's gonna
very
pour them out.
robust.
He's gonna pour them out onto the vellum sheet that's just covering the length of this table. So you had a dream of some kind.
Oh, yeah, that was very weird. First off, no dead people
No dead people.
at all. It was
Not
just
one.
me. Not at all. Like not even a ghost of something materializing out of the corner of my eye. Nothing.
Oh.
I know.
And
And I stood upon this plateau. This plateau it had these little cracks in it, and there were these huge stones all around me, like
graveyard.
kind of. They were all misshapen for sure, but it was all around me, more like if I was in the
Oraculum?
center of a crowd, huh?
Or an oraculum. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and they were all just very tall, and then on them were these runes. And some of it was elder speech, and some of it I don't know. I tried to sketch it out, but then that's where the worms and the maggots came from. I wiped it off the dirt, and they were there later when we were crossing by.
Was it sky or the ceiling above your head?
It was sky.
So a hinge.
Oh, and I was bleeding. I was bleeding all the way out through my clothes, and then all of that seeped into the plateau. Oh, and there was rainwater. Oh, and there was a bright light. I totally forgot about the light. And as they say there was a bright light, they turned to Joanna and Asa as if they're like, so sorry I missed part of the story. Here's the important piece that I didn't tell you guys about.
I forgive you, Wreath. Perhaps you should sketch out the symbol you drew that made the maggots pair.
I mean, I can try again, but we should probably do it outside if it does this again.
Did the maggots appear, or did they? Were they already there and they did something?
Oh, I wasn't watching it. They weren't there when I wrote the things or scraped it off of the dirt, but they were there later. Now, whether they came up out of the dirt because I had disturbed it and caused such a ruckus, I couldn't say. No, I definitely couldn't say.
And they just piled up. He's taken a small well filled with salt, and he's just putting a circle of salt around these things, just so they don't move. You know?
Yeah, they got all. Oh, I missed one.
They're a lot less lively than they were this morning.
They look very sad. Should we feed them?
Lives are short for maggots. They just wriggled around. They formed a heap. What did they do?
Well, they were just there exactly in the spot where I had drawn the runes. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Basically, the rune was like something to the effect of, "Do not enter this place, or you will be shot." That sort of equivalent. And
Did the maggots
Reef
form?
tries to say it in elder speech.
Switching to elder speech, did the maggots form a symbol of some kind? Is that what you meant? Like they formed the same symbol you did?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Precisely.
it could be a curse of some kind, a hex,
Not another
necrophage. Probably not. just listing off like the various things it could be. Can I do some magic training or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me magic training.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm not casting a spell, thank goodness. 23. That's not great
Whoa!
comparatively.
There's a type of magic that for sure attracts dead stuff. It's just a rare type of magic that people don't use because it's frowned upon. And that's normally necromancy. Now you're fairly certain that Wreath cannot do necromancy. Or any magic for that matter.
Or can they?
But necromancy comes from a very a poorly understood part of chaos of magic in general. It comes from technically like a place of absence and of the space in between worlds, the type of things that practically nobody ever, like, there have been stories of necromancers. Necromancers do exist. But the link between what happened this morning and anyone casting a spell, although you know from your dream, Gulshan, that this was like a spell cast through time to you, it does hinge upon, like in that Venn diagram of mostly misunderstood magic, there's a sliver that could link those two events. The dream and the maggots.
Hold on. And he sweeps aside the circle of salt around it. It just scatters onto the floor, into the rug. This thing probably needs to be washed. And pulls out a mortar and pestle and just like gently taps them in. I'm trying to figure out if it's the magic, like the symbol you drew that drew all them, or the maggots themselves. And he starts grinding them up. Do they look like normal maggot guts when I grind them?
Yep.
Just like, ugh. I need to clean this. So you had the dream.
Yes, that is accurate.
Well, okay. You alone?
Also had one, Gulshan.
Yeah. Asa didn't dream though.
Ace is a
Apparently,
witcher.
like-
They meditate.
Well,
Although
I know, but-
sometimes.
Earlier, he said that he didn't dream at all this morning. So
Asa, he kind of invades your personal space a little bit. May I? And he just raises a hand in front of your face with nothing else but the words "May I."
What? What?
Your mutations. You're a young witcher boy.
Yes.
And
Sort
the
of like,
system to make the trial of Crassus is changed because, well, of course it was lost. So someone had to cobble together mutations to fit you, didn't they?
you're sure asking a lot of questions.
I am. I do that.
What exactly did you do that made Corwin have to go after you?
Nothing. I
Really?
pissed off Nilfgaard.
You good at that, are you? Pissing people off?
My dearest friend was a man called Vigelfort. Yes, that Vigelfort. He joined Nilfgaard, and I didn't. I was betrayed. Many of us were. And I ended up in Demeritium, in the basement, while a war waged above my head. Antoinette. So, naturally, I suppose Vigelford's convinced someone or some other to pull out the contract against me. Or maybe the Emperor did, or perhaps I just stubbed a toe at the wrong person's face. But, there you go. Why have a contract out against me?
Can I roll human perception to see if he's telling the truth
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with my fantastic human perception skills? 18.
That's so much empathy.
I mean, I know your backstory, Gulshan. Are you telling the truth?
Yeah. Here, like, I think with an 18, especially because that's kind of high for you, if I'm being honest. There's one other thing that you're kind of catching on to here. He's being calm about it. He's still heartbroken. He was like betrayed by someone he considered a close friend, someone who he probably, noticing the sword again, we went to war with a long time ago. And then he ended up chained while his friends died. And now he's here hiding out in the north from witch hunters. So, yeah, he's telling the truth. He's just a lot more saddened and pissed off about it than he probably is trying to reveal right now.
So is your core with the entire cat school, or just with Corwin?
I don't know how your contracts work.
Well, you sure seem to know a lot about witches.
Only the basics. I didn't go to Bernard. Or, the Imperial one, I forgot its name. Gwayson Hall. Or, the other one that also is in the south. Or Arathusa, but I'm assuming you probably figured that one out.
Didn't figure you for Arathusa graduate.
No. I joined the Brotherhood from the outside. My mentors were all kinds. Druids, priests, other sorcerers. I come from, Zedicania.
Sure.
Yeah. You had the dream, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. And that makes all four of us.
Wait, what did you dream? Wait, what did the both of you dream?
Also, Asa, you lied to us.
Don't blame him.
It's just business.
No, that's not business. That's just holding back secrets. That's different. That's a decision you made for people who have been here for you, or who you have been here for. I don't know. I was here last night. If somebody had tried to get into your bag and stab you, I would have stopped them.
Really?
Sure.
Well, thank you for preventing people from stabbing me. That seems like something that I wouldn't be able to do on my own. Yes, I had a dream. It's not important. It's nothing new, or he's clearly getting nervous, you know. It was just like, you know, sort of the same as yours. It was blood coming down and, you know, going into cracks in the earth, and it was clearly something that I was supposed to be hunting, but, you know, I have anxiety about things that I'm supposed to be hunting all the time. That's nothing new.
How young are you?
It's none of your business how young I am.
All right. I can see tensions flaring up, but Joanna's kind of returned to the table with a small pot, a bunch of tin bowls, and there's something like appley smelling in the pot. Appley, little mix of sugar, some oatmeal, something light. Didn't really have fresh ingredients on the road. It's all right. I honestly I'm not offended or anything. It's not that I particularly care or don't care. It's just that it didn't seem like such a thing that you would lie about. So I was just confused, if anything.
Well,
I care.
All right,
Witchers
I
are not
lied to you.
supposed to meditate. They're not supposed to have dreams more, or at least that's what
Exactly.
people say.
Witches aren't supposed to dream.
So is it like an offense to like his witcheriness or something?
Yeah.
No, I'm a regular. I'm a witcher. All right.
No, we're not saying that you aren't. I mean,
There's
obviously
nothing
things
wrong
that were...
about me.
Hey. Wreath will like reach out to rest a hand on Asa's forearm in a like comforting like and if when Asa pulls back, like, hey, nobody's the perfect definition of anything. We are just who we are.
But Gulshan, you are up close, and he has not been signing. He has been talking. Like when he first came in here, he was collected enough to be signing everything, and he is now just speaking. And you can see that he has bangs when he's speaking. So you are absolutely correct. You can see the more that he gets like flustered and upset, the more fucked up shit starts to, cracks start to show.
Oh.
Did I hear one of you say that you had a bowl stuff in it?
I did.
Because it's at that very moment that something enters Gulshan's house with great speed and lands in the bowl, splashing Joanne.
Ha!
It's a rock.
Ugh.
You hear a couple
Wreath
more
is-
tuck, tuck, tuck of rocks bouncing off the wall out from
Wreath-
outside.
Wreath will like stand up and pull into because there's the door, there's windows, right? So Wreath will head out one of the windows toward the backside.
One word. He looks at the other two as he reaches back behind the cupboard, boots, and he pulls out his own meteorite sword. It's made out of meteorite. It's very fancy. And like goes past the bed where he keeps it like a leather jerkin, which he's not going to have enough time, but he's going to try and don it.
There's a couple of more stones that are thrown at the walls. One of them it's the windowsill. Wreath, can you give me an awareness roll if you're looking outside? And I would like to know, as this is happening, so Wreath going to the window, Gulshan going to get the jerkin, Asa, Joanna.
Is my medallion humming?
Nope. Well, I mean, okay. Technically,
No more
yes,
than it
because
was because of the spells in the house.
Yeah, but let's assume that after a while it just stops, because it would always vibrate whenever you're near a mage.
Mm-hmm.
Which, interesting. It doesn't vibrate.
Okay. Steel sword then.
Oh, you asked what we were doing while awareness check was
Yes.
being made. I would be wiping my face with the apple porridge, and as I see the alarmed reactions, I reach for my crossbow, but ask Gulshan, do you have enemies in this town, or maybe a pack of rowdy neighbor kids?
I don't think so. I mean, he's not saying that. I'm saying it. I don't think so.
There are kids and people in general. I mean, living in the village in Bon Mesa. But...
This has never happened before. This has never happened before.
Wraith, you would definitely see them outside. 4 figures trying as best they can to hide in the bushes. The tallest among them is maybe 3 feet tall. They're thin, spry, giggly. I mean, it's the middle of the day. It's just not a whole lot of place to hide anyway. No cover of darkness. These are human children. Kill them.
Take them out. Take your shot.
And
Oh my god.
you can hear with your roll, I'll also give you this, you can hear them whisper because, children stage whispering. One of them goes, I saw them go in there. It's all sort of weird people. My dad said that we'll be in trouble if the blood weld stays. Quick, give me a bigger stone. I'm gonna scare him out. And like one of them grabs like a coconut-sized stone, but they have to like lift it with both
not
their
going anywhere
hands.
fast.
You're fairly certain they might hurt themselves more than actually hit anything.
How could
I
the blood
don't-
well do that to the children? Drop a heavy stone on their heads.
Like this is the thing their fathers always warned them about. I don't know if there's enough time for this, probably not, but Wreath would like to get outside and sneak around behind them and be like, boo, just from behind them.
Sure, give me stealth just to see if they see you walk out.
Let's see, where is stealth? Probably in Dex.
In
Yeah,
Dex.
there it is. Ooh,
Yeah, no, they don't see you.
excellent.
So let's, without going into initiative,
Gotta pull out my crossbow, load
the
a
rest
bolt.
of you, the three of you, what do you do?
Kind of pushing on that, like, Gulshan, I mean, it was a rock, and it wasn't really a particularly large one, just kind of fell into the pot.
I don't know why they'd suddenly do this, though.
This
Anyone
is
local?
unusual.
They like me here. Or at least they tolerate me.
I scoop out the rock from the porridge and pour it into your bowl. Clearly, you might need to go and ask them that.
Fine. Straightening out his outfit. If he managed to get the jerkin on, he's not going to take it off. He's just straightening it up.
You probably only have like one or two clasps put on.
Yeah, it's tight at the top, loose at the bottom. And he's still barefoot. He's going to go out, sword in hand, tucked under his arm, though. You want me? And he just shrugs and opens his arms.
Okay, things are gonna happen all at the same time. Asa, what is it that you do?
It looks like he's got it handled, so I'm just gonna stand there with the steel sword, like, as backup, but
But do you stay inside the house, or do you follow Gulshan outside?
I'm gonna follow outside, but I'm just gonna stand there. Like, I'm not gonna be the cat witcher that kills kids.
Well, y'all don't know they're kids yet, because I don't think Reed
Oh,
told
right.
you.
That's true.
No, Wreath just popped out the door and was like, Wreath was like,
Okay.
With a 17, the kid that had the coconut stone
Coconuts.
is going to hit through the window, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
no.
On a 1, it actually, by pure bad luck, would... Okay, no, it's not going anywhere near Joanna. I was going to say, if I roll a 1, then it happens to be at the right angle.
Get
Oh,
beamed in the head.
Just as
No.
the kid throws it, that's when you, Wreath, have snuck up behind them.
Okay.
There's 4 of them. They are barefoot. Varying, well, now that you're closer to them, right? Varying height and build. There's 3 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
At least from what you can see. 2 of them appear to look very much alike. Not twins, but perhaps siblings. And the one that was talking about, like, the dad saying that they'd be in danger if the blood weld was here, is like the 4th one. A little bit taller, and is the one that picked up the coconut stone.
Does Coconut Boy look like the leader?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. That's the one I think Wreath gets behind. And it's just this sort of like kid's face is here, looking out toward where Gulshan is like, here I am. And Wreath just like comes up right beside them and goes, boo. Just like inches away.
Oh, it's a wail of terror. Gulshan, Asa, can you give me an awareness roll? So long as you roll above a 6, you see the kids.
Hey.
Yeah. 4
We see
kids
each
hidden in the bushes in broad daylight. As you scare them, Gulshan, you would recognize them. Their names are, it's Arvo, Ciro, or Cyro, Sheila, and Bran. Bran being the bigger one, the leader. And Bran screams like a girl. And just falls on his ass, like paralyzed,
Oh,
while
can
the
Wreath
other
catch
3...
him?
Oh, sure.
Like Wreath doesn't, yeah. They don't
The
want
other
him to fall.
3, like, scatter.
And Wreath goes, it's not fun to throw rocks. Well, it's not nice to throw rocks. It's actually quite fun.
Run of the Valley.
Wreath just keeps holding him.
It wasn't me. Sir Bloodwell, don't
Use that name. Now, I wiped your snotty tissues from your nose more than once. I helped give birth to your sister, and you come and do this?
It's because Pa said that there's the king coming, and if he sees that he said we arbor a witch, he's going to burn everything like they did to Vergen. I don't want to be burned. I'm doing this to protect us. I have a tree house in the woods. You can just hide there.
Hey, it's a good thing that there's no witch in this town. There's just an old man from a strange place who you know used to be an alderman. Yes?
Okay, but what about him? He points to Asa, whose
He's a
eyes
child.
Come on now.
He's not lying.
He looks like one of them witchers.
Well, he's not here either. There's no one here except for an old alderman, and you tell your father that.
Okay, I will. I'm sorry that we threw stones.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's just... It was all in jest.
Hey, there's a whole world out there full of people who are going to lie. You always get a choice. You can tell the truth or you can lie.
Who
But
are
lies eventually catch people up. Me? Oh, I'm Wreath. Nice to meet you.
you? His hands
So
is
usually people-
shaking. He's like, not
Wreath will just, like-
sure. You're like the weird invisible ghost that came out of the woods.
And they're just like, very nice to meet you.
Can I
And
go
may
for
I
now?
say, honesty is significantly easier to track than lies. The more you lie, the more you have to remember. And who wants to use your brain to remember things like that? Why not use it to remember something interesting?
Like, I'll never forget this very specific moment of my life.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. Like that.
Ever.
Great.
Okay. You're
Can I-
going to take this. He pulls out a crown. You're going to take this. You're going to give it to your father, and you're going to say, there is no mage in this town. No blood welled.
Grabs the crown. Says, can I say that it's because I chased you out? And I looted. Like they did in the war.
We just learned something about lying.
Yeah,
Man.
it went.
This kid is not gonna.
Your father's not going to believe that.
Nah, I guess. Okay.
Just tell him that I care about this town. I won't let anything happen to it, and if that means leaving at the right opportunity, I will. But right now, there is no witch, there is no blood well, there is nothing to worry about.
Okay, I'll go tell Dad.
And next time I have a broken window, he's going to pay for it.
Out of game, do your windows have glass panes?
I think, you know what? Maybe. Because, like, the person who owned this house before me probably was, like, rich
sorry.
enough to afford that.
I'm sorry about the
Wait,
window.
you have a hole in your
Sir.
roof, but you have glass window panes.
It's not made to his specifications.
Priorities.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Gotta keep them nice. Asa, I don't hear clanging steel. Are we under attack?
We're fine. False alarm.
All right.
Also, don't go around scaring people. Go.
Yeah, scaring people's awfully fun.
He
What?
runs away.
I could have lopped off his head when he's, like, far enough.
You could have, but you wouldn't have. Once you saw, you would have seen. Come on. Are you trying to tell me right now that you don't have that much control over your sword, that if you saw a child mid-swing, you couldn't stop it?
Fair.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm jumpy.
Yeah, clearly.
Did someone told you about the prefect, right?
Well, you did earlier. I mean, we
Yes.
knew that somebody from the Emperor was coming, not the prefect. That was new news.
Okay, let's go inside, compare dreams, and eat whatever hopefully doesn't have glass in it.
Wait, no one come inside. I'm changing shirts.
Amazing. What?
No one come
Again?
inside. I'm changing. I got
No,
covered
I
in
heard
apple.
you the first. Okay, but just it's been a lot of changing this whole trip.
Ugh.
It's nothing I haven't seen before.
Gulshin,
Wait, what? You have? All right then.
when I was a
I learn new
kid,
things every day.
I'm from a
When
grown
she
man.
when she was a child, yes, it's not a big deal.
Wait, how long have you known Joanna?
Since she was, and he like, he puts his hand to where Joanna's height actually is, and then goes down a good foot, and then thinks about it and goes down a bit further. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Oh, right. So, not long then.
She's not been around for long.
Well, not many people have. I wasn't saying it as a judgment. I was just saying it as a fact.
You didn't congratulate her for growing, did you?
What? Johanna? No, I didn't know Johanna before she was little. On the other hand, though, I did congratulate Boral. He has grown. I don't know if you've seen him lately, but like, it's like the kid turned into a man overnight. It's very bizarre how fast humans do that. What? I thought
Nothing.
that was a very nice. I thought that they appreciate being told that they have grown up.
So you had a dream about blood, like just skipping over the
And
conversation.
then like going back inside.
Yeah.
You see, Joanna has changed shirts. Her face and hair now smell mildly of chamomile water.
Ooh.
Using that to rinse out the stewed apple. Yes, dream talk.
Moon was hanging low in the sky. I was cold, blood in the sky, like
Aye.
torn open like a wound.
Beat for beat, that's what I saw. And I don't
What?
usually remember my dreams.
Yeah.
It was the full moon.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Big thing right in front of you, right?
Yes. He like turns over the veil a little bit, and there's a calendar there with a date November circled. That date, that moon.
Now, I don't
Oh,
know
wait, it's
anything about
coming?
that, but I'll take your word for it.
That's the day the dream happens. Someone sent that from that date back to us. At least I think.
Wait, sent the dream back?
It's a tricky kind of magic. It's like necromancy of a kind, I think. That would explain your maggots.
Oh.
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
whatever it was, there was a pretty clear warning not to go into there, which means there's something clearly valuable there. So
But we all
Or-
go.
we should
there.
go.
What about the part where you're bleeding and that's feeding something, apparently?
Oh, I forgot about yours was feeding something too. Mine apparently there was something in the plateau that was that I was definitely feeding.
Something
There was
between
just
the
someone
cracks.
behind me.
Oh,
Cracks.
the dreams differ then.
Oh. I had
Yeah.
cracks.
Yours didn't
Wait,
have-
Asa, did you have cracks?
Yeah, that was where the blood was going. It was all flying into the cracks to
Yeah.
feed something down there.
Yeah.
Yes, that I do. Now that you're saying that, the cracks, I'm remembering the cracks.
Wait, did either of you have water? Like rainwater? I had rainwater.
I don't remember water.
Out
Oh,
of game, I
okay.
don't remember water.
Not all of you had it.
Okay.
Oh.
I had the sky.
Hmm.
Did either of
I
you have
didn't
fire?
a-
No
Out
fire.
of game. I don't think Wreath had fire, did they?
Well,
don't recall
nobody
fire.
rolled a 1 or a 2 or a 4
Ooh,
I rolled a 1.
or a 5. Oh no, you rolled a 1. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
2, 4, 5. Yeah. Not that it means anything to all of you now, but
No. Okay.
No.
So not element based.
but wait, Gulshan, this is a message sent back from, you're saying, this date, which has not happened yet.
Best as I can tell. I don't know all kinds of magic. I just know my kinds of magic. But I can guess at some others.
Well,
You're saying there's a mage who can manipulate time and space to the extent that they can send a message back from the future to the past
To multiple people.
to
Did
multiple
yours-
people.
School teach you about magic.
Well, sure, they taught us a little bit about magic, mostly to avoid people who do magic like that.
So what
And
did they say?
necromancy and Gaisha.
Yeah. What did they say about magic? What is it?
Well, it's chaos. It's all around us. It's, the manipulation of elements that exist. And there's some that are more powerful than others, and some that,
Magic is
that-
all things. It's chaos, it's order, it's art, it's science, it's faith, it's nature. It's all things. So yes, through magic, quite literally a lot of things are possible.
yeah,
That-
and it corrupts, and it turns people into monsters. Magic is something that should be avoided, not something that should be celebrated if it's that powerful.
He leans back on the table, like just sits himself on top of the table, crosses his arms. Do I look monstrous to you?
I don't know. Monsters aren't always apparent on the outside now, are they?
I'm 174 years old. I think if something was going to happen, it would happen by now.
wait, you're 174 years old.
Did I never tell you?
You were just that old guy that we went to see once, and then I wrote letters to.
Okay, I'm not that old.
174 is pretty old, Gulshan, at least to me.
It's not that old. It's
It isn't that old. That's not even middle aged yet.
How old are you,
really-
Wraith?
They're an elf.
351.
200? What?
No, 3.
3?
Don't be dropping an entire century. I lived that.
Joanna looks shocked.
Well, okay. Well, look. Listen,
Asa.
you can have your life rest
Yeah?
on your shoulders in death. Wait, what?
How many hundreds of years old are you secretly?
Hundreds of years. I'm 19.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that
Okay.
explains a whole lot.
Oh, well, come on.
Oh, you really are just a boy.
Oh yeah, no. This is a
Now,
child.
don't go saying it like that.
Oh, I didn't
You-
mean it like
Don't make
that.
it
I
weird.
meant
No,
you have a
just-
whole life ahead of you.
Yes. There's so much more to
mean-
experience, so much more to learn, so many more places to go. You can only travel so fast.
350. 100. What?
Did you not
351.
know this? You called me old. How old did you expect me to be?
Like 50 something, maybe.
50
Oh
something.
no.
I mean, you take good care of yourself. I'd maybe
Look
even
at that,
late
Gulshin.
40s.
Just shaving an entire century off of you.
And you too.
Okay, well that is different.
Pardon me for taking your centuries. Let me approach you with
Thank
the
you.
manner of respect my elders deserve.
Oh,
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
if somebody sent magic backwards, that meant they probably met us here. And he points back to the date. Otherwise, they'd have no connection to us, and that means we're together here.
And that's when you hear someone knocking frantically at your door. Dang, 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 dang.
I swear to God, if it's another child. And
Mr. Bloodwed, Mr. Bloodweld.
Don't use that name.
It's Bran.
Oh. Wait, the 17-year-old kid?
No, the
The
9-year-old that you gave a crown to a couple minutes.
Unless the entire village is on fire.
Do you open the door?
Yeah, I do.
His
Oh
hands
wait,
are
Reef
covered
is
in
gonna
blood.
tuck
Wait,
beside the door, like in the shadows side of the door.
Hold on, before you open the door, is my medallion humming?
No.
Okay.
Good question. No. He's crying, hands, palms covered in blood.
Oh.
I need your help. He's dying. He's dying.
Who did this?
And we're gonna end here.
What?
But first, I'm gonna rewind the clock a little bit to give you another point of view. In the
Ooh.
distance, far away, under the noon sky, we hear voices of Joanna, of Reith, of Asa, of Gulshin talking about their age. And laughing, having a good time. And we're seeing this from a rider's point of view. It's a very tired horse. A white horse. Head hanging low, just walking very slowly, almost limping. It's taking the path between Gulshin's hut and the flushed priest, so trying to head into town from... Well, I've just decided that your hut was a little bit north of the inn. Is that fine?
My hut is wherever you want it to be.
Cool. He's coming from the west. From Redania, from the same path that Alcibard should take. And if we move the camera back from this point of view of looking at a tired horse, there's a man in armor wearing the Redanian colors. A helm closed on his face. He's bent over with several arrows protruding out of his back. The reason he still holds onto the horse is because both hands are tied with the bridle. And as he makes a few more steps and the camera pulls back a bit more, we see Bran just walking home, flipping the crown he just got to tell this amazing lie that will potentially avoid, the Emperor burning the village down because there are no witches here. And he sees the men in armor and just, bows a little. Good day. And the man falls off the horse, still clinging to, stuck to the bridle. And Bran, seeing this, runs up to him to try to hold him up, even though, kid would never be able to hold a fully armored knight up. But the moment he touches him, it's not so much the livery of Redania as a tabard soaked in blood. Bran freezes. And we know what happens a few seconds after. But what happens after that, you'll have to tune in next week.
Oh my goodness.
How's everyone doing?
Fucking hate Redania.
I love this.
Look, you should expect Redanian company that might decide the fate of your entire village.
Excellent.
It'd be boring if everything went well, you know?
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
no, I mean, everyone has to die someday.
Yeah, and that nameless knight was today. I mean, I don't know what the blood weld will do. But I will also unlock the nameless knight in
Ooh.
I need to not unlock all of it, so I'm just gonna put in some of the info. But there you go. If you are on our Legend Keeper, if you ever want to visit the Legend Keeper, there is a link there. Nightbot is supposed to cycle it from time to time, but you have access to all of the same NPCs and the information that the players have on them, places, even events. Though the events are like on the main page, there's like another tab called Timeline. That's got like a bunch of related events to the game. But that's all stuff that we can talk after with the spiels and everything. But I would like to know, players, this was our first session. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Yeah. I like how we're all just not like instantly best friends. It took a little bit of time. I also like how our first response to a rock being thrown through the window is let's kill whoever did that.
Time to square up.
We're all already on edge, which is just
We have no save files. This is an Iron Man run.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, look, if you die in this game, you die in real life.
You died for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Simon
Ready
will
Player
come
One this up.
to my apartment and kill me.
Every critical injury you get in the game, you get in real life. I got sepsis 3 times in my life so far.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
3 times?
Can I skip that? I would like to skip that.
Where's the opt-out section?
Too late. You didn't see it. It was on white font on white paper on the Google Docs.
I just
tricky,
clicked
tricky.
agree. Why did I click agree?
No one reads the
Why?
terms and conditions.
Who's gonna read 3,000 pages anyway?
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued as to who these people like. We've got a small idea of who each other is, but we're not fully immersed in each other yet, and that's going to be exciting because clearly we 4 know each other pretty well by the time November hits around. So
Yeah, it's almost like
To be given
fate
the same
has
prophecy.
something to do with it.
I hate fate. Nothing good ever comes out of fate.
You say that. And then we get blood seeping into plateaus with monoliths.
Was that supposed to make
Who
it
wouldn't
better?
want that?
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like
I
Reed
mean,
just
we're in
considers all this
October,
an
so
exciting time.
Blood seeping is apropos.
It's on trend.
Yeah, it's on trend.
It is. It is.
Happy Halloween and Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas.
you say that, but I saw Christmas trees on sale already.
Oh, I saw them in August.
I hate
Uh,
this. But
I already
oh,
know someone who put up their tree. Lights and all.
Now,
this
I do enjoy the time of year. It does feel a little early.
I do too.
I
in
haven't
its
even had-
proper time. I'm in the middle of pumpkins are being put around like everywhere. Everything needs a pumpkin.
Uh,
So players, Let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you, all the good stuff you have going on, and what's your love for tonight? What's your star moment? And we'll do the same order as we did the intros. So we'll start with Joanna.
Oh, that's me. Hi. Had a lot of fun tonight. Yutsai, you can find me on Yutsai at Blue Sky as well. This is really the only online thing I'm doing currently, but I'm having a good time. I have had The Witcher on my to playlist for a long time, and the analysis paralysis of should I try to force my way through the first 2 games to play the 3rd game, which I hear is amazing, or should I just like read about it and then jump into 3? I'll figure that out eventually. But yeah, love for tonight. I mean, I don't know why, but I really, something about the reaction from Asa was just so real, like really, first off, Asa, sign language as part of the character, which I heard on break, learned specifically for the character. That's amazing. But also just like the, that kind of like really human, like getting a little flustered and breaking kind of your norms about talking more or signing as much. Just felt really like organic and really real to me. So I thought that was really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Utsai.
Yeah. Did
Ari.
I forget anything? Okay.
No, I think you're good.
Hello, I'm Ari _Ventures. You can find me here on Thursdays. You can also find me live in Seattle at Poe Unexpected, which is a improvised set of short stories in the style of Edgar Allan Poe. So we do completely improvised poems as well as stories in the same vein as The Telltale Heart, all based on the audience suggestions. And my love for tonight, Norbin, the way you like kicked it off with like, oh, here is the description of my character. This is the first time you're seeing him. Here is what he looks like. Just set the tone for painting that kind of really beautiful, vivid detail that I think was delightful to see and delightful to play with when it was my turn to paint. So thank you for teeing that up so beautifully.
My pleasure. I'm next.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Ari. Norden.
Hi, my name is Norden Ligadir. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm online at Werewolf Feels on literally just Blue Sky. It's just Blue Sky right now. Maybe one day I'll open up Instagram again, but it'll be, a while. For now, this is the only thing that I'm doing that you can see, but in November, that's going to change. I'll be on Game Master Monday's podcast, their podcast episodes, where we're going to be playing a game of demigods, and I'm going to be playing a death god. It's going to be an intriguing time. Other than that, right now, you can find me probably haunting local places in Toronto, because that's what I do for a job. But that's roughly it. My love. Ooh. See, this is a long thing. I have a lot of love. I have a lot of love to share. I think what I did love, though, is the fact that we each got those kind of solo moments with the dreams. Like, we got to focus upon our characters and how we would think and act. And that's thanks to you, Simon. So that's where my love goes immediately. Because there's a couple different ways to handle a group like this. But I think yours is the most intriguing I've seen yet. We're allowed to be separate characters before we come together as a party, even though 3 of us are walking together. Because it heightens who we are separate. So when we're together, that gets to be something special too. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for coming. Last but not least, Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. You can find me on Blue Sky at Hanimation and Instagram at Hanimation Studios. And this is the only thing I'm doing right now. I came out of semi-retirement to play The Witcher because I'm obsessed with The Witcher. And Simon asked me to, and I can't say no to Simon. And I have had so much fun with this session, and I cannot wait for future sessions. My hood is slipping. Y'all don't get to see that until later. But my love for tonight is I really loved how Wreath had just like this big established character that they had come up with like from the jump. Wreath had all this characterization down, and it was like such a big character and had all these fun little like quirks and things that they were going with. Like, look at how much you've grown up so much. You're so much bigger now. It's like, what a weird thing to say, but so real for someone who lives as long as Wreath does. Like, it's endearing in a very quirky way that's very believable. And I love that you put so much thought into it, that you created this character who is so over the top, but in a way that is like, yeah, I could absolutely see that happening. And you know what? It's so much fun to play off of that, because you have all of the rest of us who are more reserved, and we're like, yeah, this is our friend. That's just how they are.
Thank you.
And thank you, Han, for being here. Thank you to all of you people in chat for interacting, for donating. Thank you so much for the bits, Prax. I don't know if anybody else gave some, because for some reason, I didn't keep a good tab on my chat tonight. But thank you so much for that. And thank you all for just being here on a Thursday. That also happens to be the premiere of the 4th season of Critical Role. So we were up against some big people. But nah, jokes aside, I've been hankering for another game of Witcher for a while now. This has been in the works for the better part of the... What's up? Meow. Bye-bye. The better part of a year. You have barely scratched the surface of this whole mystery and what it is going to be about, and how the 4 of you sort of fit in. On top of, well, you know, your lives and your past and all of that good stuff, which, for anyone watching, we have a sort of a little gimmick in this game where sometimes when we have players missing, you will actually, with the players left, you will be privy to a flashback episode of basically how they got together and why they seem to already know each other and have a certain chemistry between each other, and why did some of them might not have had the same chemistry, because things and life and events. So there'll be also like that entire thing on top of it. You can find me. No, wait, I'll do the love first. I'm gonna be corny, but it's to the 4 of you for making the characters that you've made, and for all of the I'm gonna call it the flavors you've brought to this game with each and every one of you, and the level of detail that you've given to your characters, even in the small things of as simple as like Joanna asking everyone to stay out because you're changing, or going off to make food with whatever's on hand, to Wreath congratulating humans, but even when like sneaking up on the kids, and how like, I don't know, you interacted with this whole situation. Gulshan, with especially like the start, I knew that your dream sequence, and I didn't foresee exactly the exact things you said afterwards, but I was like, I know that when this character wakes up, I know I have to have my shit ready, because I know that he's gonna want to delve into it. And yes, and also just your whole house and the rules and everything, just like brought like extra dimensions. And then of course Asa, aside from all the things that people cannot see on you at the moment, but the sign language, Like y'all are bringing so much with these characters to this game that I now feel like I have to step up more. And then, kill all four of you. No, I mean, showcase more of what y'all can do. I've been, on a side tangent. I've been overworked lately, so I haven't been able to prep as much as I wanted before this game. So this is that you've taken a lot of stress also off of my shoulders when I saw you interacting and role playing and everything. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, I knew a bit because I sort of either played a bit with you, some of you, or saw you in other on other streams. And I was like, I know these are power players. I mean heavy hitters, right? But it feels so rewarding to have sat at your table tonight. Is what words are starting to fail because it's starting to be late. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if we can raid someone. Who's up? Who's live right now? And I should mute this tab. Yes. Who do we have aside from a bunch of pop-ups?
PB's live.
PB's live? Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You want to raid Critical Role?
Yeah. I don't think they.
Maybe they could use the boost, don't you think?
Oh yes, yes.
It's gonna get us in trouble.
All right, let's go say hi to PB, who I haven't played with in a bit, but is always a great person to have at your table and to role play with. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you players for coming to play. Hopefully I'll have a video, an intro sequence up in the near future. But otherwise, stay safe everyone and have a good night.